What are you doing?
Oh, I'm making an alcohol.
You're what?
I'm making alcohol. Yeah,
You don't drink.
No, but I learned from this board game how to make alcohol, and so I thought I would try, and
Is
then
that
maybe.
a plum?
Yeah, well, it says you need water.
What's the
yeast, and some kind of a sugar. So it says like plants, fruits. So I figured that was probably good enough.
Okay.
And then you just.
Okay.
Do you want to try it?
No, I'm good. Have fun though. That looks awesome.
See yourself.
What a weirdo.
I think it's gonna be pretty good. Hello everyone, welcome back to Solo Mode. My name is Jamie from Foster the Meeple, and I'm back again this month with another solo playthrough for you. And this month's playthrough is going to be on Distilled from Paverson Games, designed by Dave Beck. I picked this game this month because it is my current obsession, which is slightly weird because I myself don't drink alcohol, but I have been loving this game. It is just such a fun little engine buildy puzzle alcohol making game. It is on BGA, so if you haven't tried it, Board Game Arena, you can try it for free on there, which I've also been playing a ton on there. So if you want to play, I'll play with you on there. But as per usual with my solo mode videos, I am going to give you a little overview of how the game plays, and then we're just going to jump into the playthrough. So without further ado, let's make some alcohol. Alrighty, so like I mentioned, in Distilled, we are going to be making a variety of different types of alcohol. We are distillers, alcohol makers. I don't know anything about actually making alcohol, but I do know a little bit about this game. So to start, I do have a character that I will be playing. I am Joana Perry de Sousa, and she is from Brazil. So she has a special ability. There's a bunch of different characters that you can play as, and she's the one that I have picked. So in this game, we are going to be playing over 7 rounds, which are marked here with this little barrel. During those rounds, we are going to be going through a series of phases, and won't you know it, Distilled comes with a fantastic reference card. I do love me a game with a reference card so that I don't have to memorize everything, which is fun. So the first thing that we're going to be doing, though, is the market phase. In the market phase, we are going to be spending our money on different ingredients, upgrades, items, and different things like that in order to be able to make better spirits, okay? So the things that we can do in the market phase is we can buy 2 items from the basic market. The basic market is this board up here, and there is a little reminder on the board saying that you can only buy 2. You can do any combination that you want. You could buy 2 of the same, whatever it might be. So in the basic market, we have yeast and water, both of which you need in order to distill any of your different recipes. So yeast and water are 2 very, very important ingredients. Then you can get mixed grains, mixed plants, mixed fruits, and those are the different kinds of sugars. So you also need sugars in order to make some alcohol. Then you have a clay barrel and a wood barrel. So we do start with a metal barrel and a glass bottle, which I'll talk about bottles and stuff in a second. But one thing that you'll know is that there are different types of barrels that you're going to be able to get throughout the game. And you're probably wondering, cool, barrels are cool, but why does that matter? Well, certain types of spirits that you're going to make do not need to be aged. So there's types of barrels that you can get, such as this metal barrel that says no aging. You can't age in the metal barrel. So you can very easily use this to make things like vodka and moonshine and stuff like that. However, you are eventually going to be unlocking some recipes that need different types of barrels. Some will need clay, some will need a wooden barrel, and then they also need to be aged. Okay, so if you're like, what is the barrels? That's what it matters for, and we'll talk about aging soon. So you can buy the basics, only 2. Then you can also purchase from the Distillery Upgrade Road the ingredients and the premium items. So let's start with the upgrades. The upgrades are different things that you can acquire in order to make your life easier, make your alcohol better. It's different staff, it's different equipment, all of that good stuff. You have 3 spots on your player board that you can put distillery upgrades, and it can be all equipment, it can be all people, whatever you want, but you can only have 3. If you do acquire another one later in the game, you'll have to get rid of one of the ones that you have. The equipment and the people are generally going to give you some kind of a benefit. Sometimes it's round over round benefits, sometimes it's like a one-time thing. A lot of them are also going to give you victory points, maybe discounts, all of that good stuff. The upgrades are great. Next row is ingredients, and these are just better ingredients than the basics, okay? So you'll see wheat and mixed grains, they're both the same type of sugar. However, these ingredients typically are giving you some kind of a victory point, and there's none out right now, but some of them will also give you additional benefits, and if it does, it'll all be written on the card. Then we also have premium items. So like I mentioned, we start off with the metal barrel and the glass bottle. They're basic. They don't really do much except you can make the alcohol and sell the alcohol using those things, and you always can't pick them up. You always get these back, okay? So these ones are always yours forever. These items, however, are going to, once again, just like everything else, they're probably going to give you additional victory points. They're probably going to give you some kind of a benefit that you can use. And at the end of the game, they're also going to, for the bottles in particular, give you some extra victory points based on some set collection stuff that you can do. And you might want to get a better wood barrel to age your stuff in than the basic one. So you have those options there. In the market phase, you can also choose to learn a new recipe. So as you can see along here, we have a lot of different recipes on our card. You start off only by knowing 3 recipes. That's moonshine, vodka, and your signature recipe, which we'll talk about in a second. But vodka and moonshine, they're basic. You can always make them, and it'll tell you the recipes are all right here, what you need to have in order to make and sell that type of alcohol. However, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other recipes that you can learn. They're all different levels. So on this card, we have 2 bronze, which will cost $2 to learn, 3 silver, which will cost $4 to learn, and 2 gold, which will cost $6 to learn. When you make and sell these alcohols, the type that you're making is going to give you a varying level of victory points. So obviously the gold level ones are earning you more victory points than the basic ones or the bronze ones. So you're going to be learning different recipes, and you can do that as part of your marketplace actions. Maybe I'll just mention this signature recipe really quick. Every character comes with their own signature recipe, which will come as a little cardboard token. Every character also has a signature ingredient. Now, in order to make your signature recipe, you must have your signature ingredient, and you do not start with this ingredient. Once you start selling, which we'll talk about later, there is a way to get this in your pantry, but like I said, we'll talk about that in a minute. But just know that you have that, but you need to acquire your special ingredient in order to be able to make your signature drink. The next thing that you're going to do, or the final thing that you would do in the market phase, is a market cleanup. Now in a multiplayer game, you are essentially going to be removing the last 2 cards and putting them into the truck. They're no good. We want them to get out. It's basically a way to filter through the decks and discard more cards. Once you do buy something from the market, you will immediately refill it. Now the market cleanup phase in a solo game is a little bit different. We have these cards right here, which are going to tell us which cards from the premium market are going to be removed and put into the truck. So if you'll notice right here on this B card, wherever the X's are, that's where we are going to remove, and each of these cards is going to have something slightly different. So that is how we are going to simulate other players taking stuff from the market, so we can't bet on anything being there. And I will say that we don't know, so the first round you might be like, oh, well, you know what's going to leave. We're actually going to pull this top card off, so we don't know what's underneath. So that's going to be the market cleanup phase in the solo game. The next phase is the distill phase. So in the distill phase, we are going to be taking the ingredients that we got from the market phase, and we are going to select what we want to use to distill. And we are going to put all of those ingredients in our wash back. Okay, so you don't have to use every ingredient that you have, but you will remember that you must have at least 1 yeast, 1 water, and at least 1 sugar. I'm going to talk about a way that you can kind of get around that in a second, but before we get there, I also want to mention the first thing that you can do in this distill phase is that you have the option to trade a card that you have in your pantry for one of the basic ingredients from the one item from the basic market, essentially. There will be some cards that will say that you cannot trade them. I'm sure that they're right in front of me, but I don't have my glasses on, so I won't be able to see them until I get them to my face. But just know that if you're like, I kind of wish that I had that instead of that, you have the option to do a trade. Okay, so you're going to put all the ingredients that you want to distill into your wash back. Now for each sugar that you put into your wash back, so you'll remember that is the wheat, the plant, and the fruit, or the grains, plants, and fruit, you are going to add an alcohol card into your wash back, because apparently that's how you need sugar to make alcohol. Just FYI. Now you'll remember that I said earlier there's a way around the yeast and the water. Well, alcohol acts as both a yeast and a water. So let's just say that in my pantry I had a water and a sugar, but I didn't have a yeast, but I did have an alcohol. I could still distill that because you can use the alcohol as your yeast or as your water. So that's the way that you get around that. Then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your wash back and you're going to shuffle it up, and then you are going to remove the top card and you're going to remove the bottom card, and those cards will go back into your pantry and you will not be able to use those to make the alcohol. Now this is apparently like a scientific part of making alcohol. The top layer when you make it is poisonous and the bottom layer is no good, but you can use both of those layers again when making another batch of alcohol. So that's apparently like a science thing. So there you go. Jamie the science lady. It kind of rhymes a little bit, I guess. Then you're going to add a barrel of your choice. The first thing that you're probably going to do is look at what ingredients you have left and see what you're able to actually make, and then choose a barrel accordingly. So if I basically have only what I need to make a vodka, then I'm probably just going to use my metal barrel or something that can't age, because that's what it needs. I couldn't use a wooden barrel with that one. And then you're going to claim your spirit label. So once again, like I said, if I had made vodka, I would take the spirit label of vodka to show that I have made vodka. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, in a multiplayer game, the stacks of the different types of alcohol are limited, but in a solo game, you have access to all of them. So if I wanted this entire game just to make gin, I could do that. You know what? Because we're on our own and no one's telling us what to do. So we could do whatever we want. The next thing that we're going to do now that we have some alcohol is we are going to go into the sell phase, and this is where we're actually selling the alcohol that we made. Okay, so in order to do this, you do need a bottle, and you'll remember that we all start with a basic glass bottle. However, during the market phase, you could buy upgraded bottles. So you're going to put your alcohol in the bottle, and you're going to sell it. So you're going to sell it for whatever the value is here, plus if there's anything additional on the cards that you have used. So as an example, if I had made this vodka, I will get $1, 2 victory points, and an additional $2 because I used the metal barrel and this glass bottle. If I had used this ceramic bottle, I would get an additional $2 and whatever the victory points are at the bottom. So you're going to get your money, score your points on the point board accordingly, and then you are going to take that label that you have sold and you are going to assign it to one of the areas in the top of your player board. Okay, so these are your spirit bonuses. You can choose any of the open ones, and each of them has 2 options for you to select from. So as an example, you can either gain $5 or 2 victory points. And this is the area that's going to allow us to get our special ingredient, which is right here, move signature ingredient into pantry. So we're just going to take our label and we'll put it over whichever one that we choose. Then we are going to go into the age phase. Now this phase is only going to happen if we have made an alcohol with a barrel or whatever that needs to be aged. So if we had this, we would need to place it into our warehouse, and then we will add a flavor card to it. We don't look at the flavor card. The aged alcohols can be aged round over round over round. The longer that you age them, the more victory points are going to be worth when you sell them. However, round over round over round, you are going to be adding flavor cards to them, and the flavors can be anything from something delicious to something like skunk and may affect the money and points and stuff that you get. Then we're going to go into the end of round, and this is going to be a big part of the difference in the solo game versus the non-solo game, because we still haven't talked about this whole section right here. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to check to see if we have achieved any of our barrel goals. Now, in order to win a solo game, you need to complete a goal card, a solo goal card from every single level of this barrel. And we start down here at the bottom. So at the end of round, we're going to check, did we complete one of these? If we did, we'll assign a coin to it. Then we are going to reveal the 2 cards above it, and then we are going to be able to essentially do any from that level that are revealed. Hopefully that makes sense. Essentially, you have to complete one below in order to then be able to complete one above, and we need to be able to complete one from each level. The other win condition in a solo game based on these cards is that you also need to have a number of victory points that equals the total between the B goal card that you've completed and the A. So as an example, if I completed this B card, that's 11 points that I need to score. And if I completed this A card, that's 75 for a total of 86 points that I will need to have scored in order to consider it a win, basically. Also, if you did not sell in a round, you can do something called hold a tasting, where you can take 4 victory points away from yourself in order to gain $4, because if you didn't sell, you might not have lots of money, so that's an option that you have. Then we're gonna move the round marker ahead and we're gonna go again. Now in a multiplayer game, we would have some like personal objective cards or whatever, but we don't do that in a solo game. That's the game. Let's do our player setup and let's just dive right in. Joanna starts with $4. 2, 3, 4. She starts with 1 yeast, no water, that's her sugar cane, and we've got her signature recipe. Her special ability, so like I said, they each have a special ability. I can sell each non-aged spirit for $1 more. So that's a pretty good recipe, if I do say so myself. So also I will let you know what the 2 bottom goals are that I'm working towards to start. This one is sell a spirit containing 3 alcohol or more, or I can collect a silver tier spirit label. All right, let's start. Let's get started. So we are going to first go into the market phase. Now I have $4, which isn't a ton, but what I do know is that I need water and I need a basic sugar. I need a sugar of some kind. So I'm going to start by buying a water. So water costs $0. So the price tag is in the red. The money up top is what you get when you sell the alcohol. So basic water has a special ability. When purchased, you may reveal the top card of any market deck to all players. You can purchase it or return it to the bottom. And I'm gonna put that here to show that I have purchased 1 basic. So you can only purchase 2. I might do that. What the heck? Why not? And I'll do distillery upgrade. Is it just 1? The top card. So, oh, I can't afford it, so it doesn't matter. But it is the metal rickhouse. We're just gonna put that back on the bottom. I'm too poor for that right now. Okay, so then I am going to, for my second, purchase these mixed grains. Those are $0 as well. I can't get anything else from the basic market and I still have $4. So I actually think, can I buy anything for $2? No, I can't. I'm wondering, I think I might spend $2 to actually unlock a recipe. I could spend all 4. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna spend all 4 to unlock a silver recipe. And let's do rum. Why not? Ooh, gin. The reason I'm picking gin is because it doesn't need an aged barrel, so I'm more likely to be able to do that quicker. I just blew all of my money, so there's a good chance I'm only going to be able to distill moonshine. That's the market phase. So that's everything. We are going to go into the market cleanup. So let's take this card and I'm just going to put it over there. So we will remove these 2, these 2, and these 3. Yeesh. Okay, and we'll slide everything down and refill. Perfect. All right, let's go into the distill phase. I will not be trading anything. And I will be using all of my stuff. So I have a yeast, a water, and a grain sugar. I will add an alcohol, and we are just going to shuffle those up. There is no way for me to be able to make anything other than moonshine. So the water was on top, woo, and the alcohol was on bottom, which is actually great because that means I don't need to buy a yeast, which means that we have some delicious yeasty mixed grained alcohol, aka moonshine. That's all that I'm going to be able to make. So we're going to add the metal barrel because it doesn't need to be aged. Okay, so moonshine, we're going to take that right there. Then we're going to sell our moonshine, so we have to also add the glass bottle. So moonshine is going to get us $2, 1 victory point, and then we're going to get an additional $2 for our metal barrel and our glass bottle, and an additional $1 because of Joanna's power. So we're going to get $2, $3, $4, $5, which is not bad, not bad. So these 2 are going to go back here. These ones are gone. Okay, once you use them, you lose them. That's how life works sometimes. Then we're going to assign these things. Now, I never take the victory points, like ever. I don't know if that's good or bad. I could get some money. I think it's too early for me to get my signature. Free ingredient, free recipe, free item, free upgrade. I'm telling you one thing, I love the upgrades, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we have Natural Spring. This has an ongoing power. So there is some of them, if they have this little green like button symbol, it happens at the beginning of every round. Add a basic water card to your pantry. That is pretty good. Malt Mill, once per market phase, you may discount one ingredient by $1. I'm also looking like these two are worth more, so I'll probably take one of these. At the end of the distill phase, add one flavor card to the spirit you just distilled. It's interesting. And glass blower, once per market, you may discount one bottle. I actually think I'm gonna take the Malt Mill. Once per market phase, you may discount one ingredient by $1. So we are skipping the age phase. Now we're going to go into end of round. And I did complete this one. Boop. Collect a silver. Oh, no, I didn't, you silly goose. Collect a silver tier spirit label. That means I have to make the gin, so I did not complete that yet. Whoops. I was like, oh, that's easy. I could do that right away. But that's fine, because now I'm able to make it. Sell a spirit containing 3 alcohol or more. Didn't do it. All right, on to round 2. So as you can see, in a 2-player game, or 1-player, 2-player, I am by myself. In a 1-player game, this is gonna go pretty quickly. I think the game is supposed to play like 30 minutes per player. Market phase, I have $5. So don't need to waste on yeast, but I do need fruit if I wanna make gin. I only have $5. All right, so we're gonna get, let's just do this straight up. 2 fruit, that's gonna be $4. I only have $1. That's not enough. I should have gotten $5 because this is a risk. So I have 2 fruit, this, and then I'll have 2 more alcohol. So there's no guarantee, and I can't have any other kind of sugars. So I only have $1, so I don't think that there's anything else that I can get right now. So that was a very quick market phase. Just like everything else, I never said that I was good at this game. I'm already stressed out about these points. How the heck am I gonna get up here? Anyways, it's fine. All right, let's remove the things. 1, 2, 3. Okay, these 2 are gone. These are gone. Wow, wait. There's a glass jar there for $1. Sweet deal. I mean, we're just gonna have to try it. So we're gonna add 2 alcohol for our 2 sugars. And then once per market phase. Oh, I had a malt mill. I could have discounted something by $1. I forgot. I don't think there was anything that I would have been able to afford. Everything was over. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have been able to anyway. Oh, I could have discounted. I'm gonna take $1. Oh, by $2. I would have gotten one of those for free. I'm just gonna take the $2 back because I should have gotten one of those for free, and then I probably could have bought something else, but that's fine. We're not gonna go back that far, but this is why we need to read our cards, our silly gooses. All right, so we'll take the top. If this is an alcohol, brutal. All right, so this is what we have, which means we can't make the gin because we really needed that fruit sugar, but we are gonna be able to make a vodka. So we need the metal barrel, and the vodka, you can have any of the types of sugar. So we've made vodka, and then we're going to add the glass bottle in order to sell the vodka, and we will get an extra $1 because it does not need to be aged. So let's sell. I'm gonna get 2 points, $1 for the vodka, then we're gonna get $1 for the bottle, $1 for the metal barrel, $1 for the water, and the 2 alcohols. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more dollars. Plus 1 for Joanna. Nice. Okay, so those are gonna go back. These are gonna go back. The alcohols are gonna go back. So we do have a fruit card still, which is pretty good. And now we got some money. And you know what I think I'm gonna do? Should I buy more money? Should I buy more money? I can use this to get a free item. but there's no fancy fruit up here, so I think I'm just gonna use it to get $5. Okay, so I have $15 now, which is pretty good. And that last one only had 2 alcohol, so I wouldn't have been able to achieve that goal, which is a bummer. Nothing is getting aged. That's it, we're moving our round marker. This is going by too fast. I need to make some gin. I'm gonna buy a water to start. That's $0. When purchased, you may reveal the top card of the market deck of any market deck to all players. Purchase it and then return it. So I need a water or a yeast, so I may as well do that. If you buy a yeast, it gets you $1, just so you know. And we're hoping this is a fruit. It's not. It's fancy water. So I could buy this for $3. If removed from the spirit stack during the distill phase, add a basic water card to the spirit you just distilled. Do I want this? No, I don't want that right now. We have to focus on the things that we need. Okay, so I am going to buy, obviously, the fruit, and that is $2. And let's not forget this mill. I should just buy an ingredient to try and see. I have so much money. So I could just buy, let's get one of these for a discount of 2. So I can get it for free, and then we refill. Nice. That's $5 figs. Well, them's the prices these days. So I'm gonna buy the figs. This will get refilled. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3 fruit. So I have better odds unless I pull both of the fruit, which would be redonkulous. Let's see what upgrades we have. I might get a fancier bottle. Large storage. Once per market phase, you may discount 1 item by $1. Orchard. At the beginning, you can add a basic fruit card to your pantry. See, that would have been good before because we can keep making gin. That's no problem. $5 though. Once per market phase, you may discount 1 bottle. That's $3. And we already read that one. So I think I'm going to spend $2 on the carton bottle. I do enjoy the fancy bottles. Ooh, a worm bottle. I don't need another one. I have $6 left. It's $4. Let's buy the rice. That's $2. We'll refill. Okay, so I have $4 left. I don't hate the idea of discounting, but should I save my money? Analysis paralysis. I'm just gonna save my money, I think. Okay, so let's do the end of market. That's going, that's going, that's going. I really hope I can make that gin. This one's going, and this one, and this one. Boop, boop, boop. There's one bottle that's shaped like a cat, and I really liked, oh, look, I would have been digging, like there was no fruit in there. Sheesh. Okay, all right, so let's see what we want to use. I definitely want to use the 3 fruit, and we're not going to use the 2 grains because if I pull one, I'm definitely not, you can't have that in the gin. So that's 3 fruit, so we're going to add 3 alcohol, and we already had an alcohol acting as our yeast and a water. Now, I swear to God, if I pull the 2 fruit, I'm going to be not very happy. Alcohol. Alcohol. Perfektenschlag. So that means we have successfully been able to make gin because we have at least 2 fruits and we have our metal barrel. So we're going to grab the gin. Whee! And then we're going to sell the gin. Where's gin from? So each alcohol and person is from a different region. So this carton bottle is actually better if I sell it with an alcohol from the Asia and Oceania regions. And this one is not that. So let's just sell it in the regular glass bottle. And we'll save that bottle maybe for later. Okay? So we're selling it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So $8. Okay. And then we're getting 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These will go back. That's gonna go away. This is just gone, and woo, that's gone. Okay. Then I need to do this. Perhaps, friends, it's time. Let's get our signature ingredient into our pantry. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, we're gonna do this. So I have collected a silver tier spirit label. I get one victory point and $1 flush with cash right now. Then we're gonna reveal these 2, okay? And we'll put that there. All right, so the 2 I just revealed. Earn $8 or more in a round, or distill an aged spirit, and then I would gain either a victory point or earn $8 or more in a round. We can make that happen, probably. I just did it. Obviously, it's possible. Okay, so nothing is getting aged. We've already done this. On to round 4. Yee, there's only 7 rounds. All right, let's look at our special thing. So we need only plant. I have just mine. I have so much money. I should unlock another one of these, and I'm actually gonna do, so I'm gonna pay $2 to unlock the soju, because that is from Asia, so I could use that carton bottle, and it needs grains. And I got some grains. It needs grains and nothing else. Also, I do have 2 alcohols, so I don't need to buy water or yeast unless there's a specific reason why I want to, but I don't. So, doesn't need to be aged. Once per market phase may discount 1 ingredient by $2. I think I'm gonna get this frosted glass bottle, and I'll get that one. It's $2. So we'll buy that. Then, what did I say? Oh, I wanted to try for the soju. So I think I'm gonna buy the mixed grains, and I'll get 2 of those. So that's all my basic items, and those are free. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left. Let's get, you can still discount an ingredient by 2. So I'm gonna buy this sorghum. Yeah, I don't know. And then we'll do this. Oosh, that's a lot of weight. Oops. Oh no, I discounted it by 2. Let's see, we have coffee still. Once per distill phase, you may return all removed cards, reshuffle, and remove the top and bottom card again. That's kind of like a Hail Mary, really. You can just try it again if you didn't get what you wanted. Once per mega phase, you may discount 1 barrel by 2. I'm gonna get this coffee still. So that's $4. It's pretty good. Co-op manager. At the beginning of the round, you can add any one basic ingredient to your pantry. She's $5. I have 3. Oh, I have so much wheat. Let's buy her. I mean, I only have 1, 2, 3 rounds left, but that's not bad. That's pretty good. Hey, she's on the box. Okay, so that's all of my money. I've unlocked an ingredient, so we're good. So let's do this. Uh-oh, did I forget? I did this one twice. I'm sure I've already put it on the screen, but I was supposed to remove that and do this. But you know what? It is what it is. This is just how sometimes I forget to do things. Beep, beep. All right, where's that cat bottle? After this, we're gonna try and distill our signature one, I think. Boop. Let's do this. So I am using not my signature ingredient. I have my wheat and my water. Woo! I only need 2. So I think I can put one of them back. So just like, oh no, wait, I still have to put the alcohol in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if I kept 2 away, because I can save them for later, and I only need 2, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna keep these 2 basics out, I think. And then I'll add 1, 2, 3 alcohol. And then hopefully, again, I don't pull 2 wheat because I am looking to make the soju. Okay, alcohol. I'm like looking at the monitor. It's a surprise for me too. Okay, so that's 1 of the wheat. So that's okay because I only need 2, which I got. All right, so we need the metal barrel. And then we're gonna grab the soju. Right, and then we're gonna sell it. So I want it to use this carton bottle because soju is from Asia and Oceania. So I can get more stuff for it. All right, so it is going to gain me 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 points. And then it is going to get me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7. If I use the frosted bottle, I'm switching. I'm switching. Even though that gets me more points, this is going to get me the money that I need to unlock this. So instead, I'll sell it in the frosted bottle. Okay, so I'll get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. It's more important for me to complete that, and I can make soju again later. Now there's some victory points. So the victory points from there I already got. When selling, gain 1 point if selling a non-aged spirit, which it was, gain 2. So I'll gain 2 more points. This is going to also give me a victory point. And the rice is also going to give me a victory point. Okay, so the glass bottle I will put over here for set collection purposes. These alcohols are gone, that's gone, you are gone, and you are gone. Then I can do this. Now, what did I want to do? I wanted to start focusing on perhaps making my signature drink. So I might get 1 free ingredient. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna cover this one, which is gonna let me get this sugar cane because I need plant ingredients. Ooh, would you look at that? It's another sugar cane. Huh, amazing. All right, so that's the distill. Let's go up here. I did complete this one, earn $8 or more in a round, which is also going to give me a point. I'm only at 21 points. I now have these ones available. Collect 3 non-vodka labels, 1 that requires wheat. I did that. 1 that requires fruit and 1 that requires, 3 non-vodka. So I have collected 2 of the 3. So if I can go for this one, A+. So that means if I can get my signature ingredient, I'll be able to unlock that, which I would prefer because it's 11 instead of 13, which means I'd need to score slightly less points. So we'll see. All right, so we've done that. Nothing is getting aged. I might not bother aging anything, which isn't as fun for you because you don't get to see the fun flavors, but we'll see. Maybe I will. Market days. Add any 1 basic ingredient to your pantry. So we are going to add that plant sugar because we need it. And then we're going to buy some stuff. I'm not going to bother unlock a recipe right now because I'm going for that signature recipe. Let's see what I have. Ooh, okay, so I'm gonna need a water or a yeast. Let's do water, which is going to let me reveal one of these things and potentially buy it. Well, let's do an ingredient. Tatoes! Tatoes precious. We will buy the tatoes. We need that plant sugar. We need it. Okay, and then yes, I have an alcohol. I have 1 alcohol. I have $5. Discount 1 ingredient by 2. I'm just gonna go ahead and get that plant sugar. Honestly, that feels pretty smart. And I can buy another basic plant sugar. How many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That feels okay to me. So maybe instead I might get a yeast, because that is going to give me $1. Now I have $4. And I could unlock something, honestly. Where am I from? I'm from Green, which I think is the Americas. So I could unlock an ingredient, or I could buy a fancy bottle, which let's do that. Let's get this one. So for $3, I will buy the wrapped bottle because it's better if you sell from the Americas. I think that's what it is. And that's what I'm going for. I have $1 left. I don't need to spend my $1. So we're gonna save that $1. You never know, might need it later. All right, so let's actually remove that this time. We're gonna remove this one, and this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one. I really should do an aged alcohol just so you guys can see how that works. But I'm also trying to win. So let's do some alcohol stuff. So I can only have plant sugars, so we need to take out these. And then, so we have our yeast and our water, and we have an alcohol. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plant sugars, which we don't need all of those in there. We do need our signature ingredient, which is sugarcane juice. I might take out the mixed plants. There's no way for me to fail with this. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 alcohol. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 alcohols. Okay. Alcohol. Oh, thank God. I'm pretty sure that if it's your signature ingredient, you get to put it back in. Oh, and I have that, basically that like mulligan. Alrighty, so we are going to have enough to make my signature recipe, which is called Kaniha Kashaka. I think that's how you pronounce it. Alrighty, because we have 3 plant sugars and I only need 2 with nothing else. So let's get that metal barrel, and then we're going to do the wrapped bottle to sell it. So we have it here. Let's pull her out. And then let's see how much money we've made. So this one makes $1. Okay, I'm just going to do it this way. $1 plus 1 for her because it does not need to be aged. All right. Then we have, I'm just going to do the money first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $12. Okay. Now, victory points. This one is going to get us 11. So we're at 32. Then we have the wrapped bottles, and because we sold it from the Americas, we're going to gain 3, so we're at 35, and that's going to come over here. Metal barrel's getting us nothing. Alcohols will go away. Signature ingredient, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we'll just put that back over here. The potatoes are giving us 1, and they're going to go here. Alcohol gives us nothing. Yeast gives us nothing. This sugar cane will give us 2, and that will go here, and the water will go back. Okay, so I am at 42. That's pretty good, pretty good. Okay, then I can do one of these things. I can get a free recipe or free item. Probably, like I said, you can. My hair has been sticking out this whole time. It's fine. You can get the victory points I never do. I just don't do it. So let's get a free recipe. And when we get a free recipe, I always get one of the gold ones. But these ones do need a barrel. So let's see. Well, I already have all this wheat. So let's go for, and it needs a clay. So I'm gonna have to get a clay barrel. Let's go for this one, which is, I don't know how to pronounce it. BGG? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know. So we'll get a gold cube. We'll put that right there. So now we can make this one, which requires 3 wheat sugars or grain sugars with no other kind, and then a clay barrel, and it needs to be aged. And we have some time to age some stuff. Okay, cool. That's that. So we did achieve this right here. Collect 3 non-vodka labels. Do this? Oh no, it goes this way. 1, 2, 3. 1 with fruit, 1 with grains, and 1 with plant. Okay, so we need to have scored at least 11. So far, so good. Then we're gonna reveal these 2. Collect spirit labels from 2 different regions. Did it. Sell a spirit worth 8 or more. So I've already done this one. Collect spirit labels from 2 different regions. We have 1, 2. I'm pretty sure that we get that right away. So I've already done the thing, which means we're now up here, and this is the one that I have to achieve. So that's gonna get me 2 victory points. Collect 2 spirit labels from 2 different regions, which I have done. Okay, so it shows here, the Asias and Oceania, and this one is, I forget, but I've done that. So now I am trying to collect 6 non-aged spirit labels. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just need 1 more. 1 more. Oh. And then I need more points. So right now, we're gonna be fine for achieving the goal part, but for achieving the required points is a different story, because I'm only at 44. All right, let's go on to round 5. Here's what I do need. I need that clay. I only need either a yeast or a water. I've got lots of this stuff. So let's start with this clay pot. Okay, so that's 3 money. Boom. Now I need wheat. Oh, I said I needed either a water. Yes. Let's go for the water. Okay, so that's free, and I will choose ingredients. Oh, turbo yeast. During distill, I can add 1 additional alcohol. I don't hate it. It's $3. Is that worth it? I think that's worth it. I'm getting the turbo yeast. Why the heck not? Okay, so that's all the basics that I can take. I do need more. I have 3 grain, which is exactly what I need. That's risky biscuits. That's risky biscuits. I have $9 left. Let's get this faceted bottle. 3. And it's gonna, ooh, stainless steel barrel. Okay. I am gonna buy this mountain water. Oh, I can get it for 2 less. Yeah, I spent 5 and it's 3, but technically it's 1. I'm not very good at math, you guys. All right. I really, oh, I forgot to trigger this. Add any 1 basic to your pantry. That's helpful. And I do still have this coffee thing, so I think we're gonna be just fine. So let's see. Is there anything for 5 that I wanna buy? Or should I save it? in case I need something cool next time. I think I got lots of good stuff in here. What was the thing 6 non-aged labels, so yeah, I'm gonna be able to do that. That's no problem. Let's just save the $5. I don't know. I don't know why. Actually, let's not. I'm gonna spend the $4 to gain the stainless steel barrel. Ah, pirate bottle. Rats. Oh well, okay. Let's do this. We're gonna end the market phase. You are gone, you are gone. You, gone. You and you, super gone. Gone, gone. How? Ooh, lots of fruit. That's expensive fruit, holy. Grapes are expensive. There's the cat bottle. I'm gonna need $5 to buy that next round. Okay, so let's go. Those are my 2 basics, but you are clay pot. Clay barrel, sorry. All right, so I was trying to do this one. So we have our water. I'm gonna keep all of this in except for the plants because we can only have wheat and we need 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? During the distill phase, I can add 1 additional alcohol. This only triggers if it gets pulled, okay? So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alcohol. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, there's just no way. And I have the mulligan. There's no way that we don't get this, so. I'm gonna put my dollar over here because we're gonna need that space in the warehouse. She says so confidently. Okay, water. Power yeast. Sorry, turbo yeast. All right, so this is what we're doing. We are going to make this alcohol that I unfortunately can't pronounce. Bahaiju. I don't know. So we're not selling this right now. So we're not putting it in a bottle or doing anything like that. So here's what we're gonna do. We've got the clay barrel, all of the ingredients, okay? We are going to put this in our warehouse and we are going to add a flavor to it. The barrel has to go on top, the flavor goes face down on bottom, and we made this one. So we're gonna put it right there, okay? So we're in round 5, which means we can age this. Like, I'll probably sell it in round, well, I'll probably let it sit for a while because the longer you let it sit, the more points you get. So if you age it once, it's 1 point, twice is 3, 3 times is 6, so on and so forth. We're gonna keep adding flavors and hoping that they're not disgusting. Seems fair. Now, here's the problem. I only have $1. And what do I have in here? That's fine. So long as I can just get a vodka, we'll be okay. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be just fine. Just fine. I'm not giving up my victory points. So this was probably a bad idea, but it's what we've done. And we're okay with it because we all make our own decisions, including myself. All right, so that's that. I have not achieved this yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 1 more, which we will get this round. Let's go. I'm really hoping that I didn't forget to move this because part of me is like, did I forget to move this? Did I move you every time? I don't remember. All right, let's go. So, I have $1. Ooh, and I have yeast and I have water, so I don't need to buy those things. We can get, it doesn't matter what I make because if I even just make a vodka, we're fine. So we can get mixed grains for free, mixed grains for free. And I could buy 2 of those. I'll get 2 of those, okay? Then, oh, I can get this plastic bottle. That's not good for the environment. I should probably just save this $1. I don't think, whoopsies, I don't think there's anything worth buying right now because I have, for when I'm done that, I've got a bottle and I have another bottle. We're fine. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I think we're just gonna go right into the next phase. So let's go. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I should be on the last round. I really don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is, yeah, we're supposed to be on the last round. Oh no. Because I have distilled every round. Round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th and final round. Oh, shoot. That's okay. I can do both. I can sell both. I can sell whatever I want. All right, let's just do this. Well, does that change anything? Does that make me want to buy anything else? I don't think I can. Ah, drats. I think we'll be fine. I don't know if we're gonna make the points, but I think we're gonna be able to get this. And there's absolutely no reason for me to be refilling the market, other than maybe you wanna see all the cool stuff in here. I bet while I was doing that, there were people yelling at the screen, being like, you're on the last round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because there's 7 rounds, 7 labels. All right, let's add these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm leaving everything in because even if I can just get the vodka, although, no, let's leave everything in. Let's not get crazy. This lets me add an extra alcohol. So I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alcohol. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alcohol. And I will be choosing my stainless steel bottle. Yeah, worst case, we're making vodka or moonshine, which we're not. All right, so we have to make vodka because we have both plant and wheat. So that means I can't do any of the other ones. All right, so we're making some vodkas. Boop. Oh, I forgot to do her thing, but it's fine. I could have added 1 basic, but that's not going to add any points or anything for me. So it's okay. Okay, we're good. So 2, after selling, you may return this card to your storeroom. That's fine. So we're going to make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $12. Okay. Then for victory points, I am going to do 2, 3. Oops, I needed a bottle. You silly goose. I didn't pick a bottle, did I? I did not. Well, we'll do this. Doesn't matter because I'm going to sell that one too. Yeah, we'll do this one. So I should get $1 extra. All right, so this is going to get me 1 victory point. This is going to get me 1 victory point. This is going to get me 2 victory points. And that's it. Okay, we use that bottle. The barrel will go back. Let's just do all of this. All right. Now I am going to sell this one. So it only got aged once. I thought I was going to be able to age it twice, but I didn't. But first, let's maybe put this one up here. Obviously, I'm going to choose the victory points. And now let's sell this. And we're going to use this faceted bottle. Okay. So we are selling this one. So it's 12 points. We aged it once, so it's 13 points, okay? I didn't bring out the 50-point tiles, but that's okay. So 13, well, it's just 13. All right, so 13 points for aging it once, and because that's how much it's worth. Then we are going to, when selling, gain 3 points if it's from Asia or Oceania, which it is. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's gonna go over here. The barrel will go here. Ooh, look at me go. Oh, what am I doing? We need to sell it. I didn't make my money. Silly goose. All right, that's fine though. All right, so let's do the money now, and then I'll continue on with the victory. Actually, let's continue with the victory points so we don't confuse ourselves. So I did that one. I'll get one more. I'll get one more. And that's it, okay? So for money, we're getting 1. We're getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now that bottle can go here, and just so everybody knows, the flavor that I made was chocolate, which is lovely. And it gave me more money. So if it was skunk, it probably would have lost me some money. All right, so we're just gonna put that over here, and let's just put everything away where it needs to go. Then this is going to go up here. 2 points. I don't know. I need 75, 86. So I need 86 points total. So the game is over. We need to, and I did complete this. So we need to do any end game scoring things, which are primarily coming from a bunch of stuff. So let's just do that. Let's start up here with our equipment. So this is gonna get me 1. Coffee is gonna get me 1. And then she is going to get me 1 point for each of your vodka and moonshine. So 1, 2, 3. All right. I have all the scoring stuff here because I can't remember everything. So from any spirits left in your warehouse, counting, so I don't have any spirits left, so we're all good. Your bottle collection. So I have a bottle collection. And this is going to matter based on where they're from. So bottles from the same region. So I have 2 from the Asia and Oceania region. And these ones are going, so that's going to score me 2 points. If you have at least 1 bottle from 3 different regions, score 5, but I don't because this one's not from anywhere. Boo. Distillery upgrades we already did. Distillery goals, we don't have any. For money, you have remaining. So you'll get 1 point for every 5 money. Okay? So I have 5, 10, 50, hold on, 20, 5. So I'm going to get 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like I'm gonna be just shy. I think that's it. So I have 50, 60, 70, 82 points, and I needed 86. I was so close. But I was so close. I think I did pretty decent. Maybe if I had realized that it was the last round. But I didn't. But it's fine. At least I realized later and we didn't take a whole other turn because then I definitely would have won. And that would have been a big asterisk. I didn't get to get my kitty decanter, which is too unfortunate. But that is Distilled, the solo mode for Distilled. I would be so interested to know in the comments if you have played this game and if you've tried it solo. Really, like, honestly, when you play multiplayer, it's essentially the exact same game. Like, the only difference is that you're trying to achieve these goals and you have a certain point threshold that you're trying to reach. So I love it. I'm here for it. If you want to play with me on BGA, you let me know because I am currently in like 2 or 3 games of it and I'm literally obsessed. So that is everything that I have for this month. Solo mode playing Distilled. Please let me know in the comments below. Like I said, if you played it, I would love to know. Obsessed with this game. But if you're looking to learn a little bit more about Distilled, I'll make sure to put the BoardGameGeek link in the description below so you can check it out. But that's everything that I have for this month. So thank you so much for joining me and for watching. Once again, I'm Jamie with Foster the Meeple and BoardGameGeek, and I will see you again next month with another solo playthrough. Bye!